So hi, welcome to the Noise Podcast. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here with,
Lucas from Brooklane.
and we're asking some questions today about the new single "Bad Habits." Congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to it so far?
I feel good so far. It's nice. We got to release it under our label's YouTube page, so it's kind of been picking up. Um, we've had good response. We've just been grinding the TikToks lately, and I feel like it's been going well.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. The song rocks, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
You mentioned TikTok and grinding the TikTok, and I hate to get into it so early in the interview, but I have to ask, like, how do you guys kind of balance that balance of like wanting to be musicians, but like also have to be a content creator, like in this day and age, and like not burning yourself out?
It is difficult. It is difficult. It's not so much just writing music anymore. It's like TikTok's like 80% of the work. There's so much more than just being a band. And it's just putting that time into researching trends,
Mm.
and just like trying different things, different post times. I mean, the last like month, I think I've been TikToking like 4 hours a day. It's
Damn.
Man,
just like with the release and everything, there's the need for a viral video is it could help so much. So
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. So is there any meaning behind the single title or cover art?
um Bad Habits, I know. I think Chance wrote most of this song. It's just about pretty much being someone's second choice and just not falling back into that and the bad habits of that. Um, the art we did, my buddy John actually, he does most of our art. He just came up with that. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Just
Fair
thought it
enough.
was kind of portrayed like a toxic, bad habits, I guess, smoking the cigarette.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
like, do
makes
you guys
sense.
just kind of send him the music and like let him do his thing with the cover art?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We just send
That's
him the
good.
music and he's just got he knows what's cool. We kind of trust him, so he always comes back to us with something. We're like, all right, that's dope.
Fair enough.
That's good. I love when
Um,
bands do that.
yeah. So, can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for the single?
Um, so the guys had a lot of the music written. I just joined the band in last March,
Mhm.
but they had shells of these songs written, and I know Bad Habits is one of them that we kept most of the original song, but we brought it down to Andrew Wade in Orlando, and we wrote with him, and he kind of just took parts of it, like I like this, we'll change this, and just like kind of made it into a new thing where it's just like we're really happy with how it turned out.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
What was kind of like working with Andrew Wade, because like I know he's got just some huge records behind him with A Day to Remember. Like, what was that experience like?
It was crazy. I've never seen anything like it. Like we get in with the guy, we meet him, and we're hanging out, and we're like, all right, let's start doing shit. And then he pulls up our songs, and he just goes, okay. And then for the next like hour, he's just like, okay, okay, doing all this random shit.
Mm.
And then like finally he goes back to like play it like what he has, and it's like, what the hell? Like you came up with all this like just right off the bat, just like not even talking to any of us, just did all this stuff. And we're like, it's crazy to watch him work. It's so nuts. I mean, there's a reason he's got these, platinum records all over the walls in the studio. It's like, he's crazy,
Yeah,
really
we
talented.
we interviewed a band that was in the studio with him, and just
Mm-hmm.
behind him, behind the band, very very nonchalant, was the homesick plaque that he got, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
God damn,
Yeah,
that's fucking awesome. I love that
Yeah.
album.
I
Like,
got a lot of pictures with that one. I walked in, I saw that, and I was like, all right,
Fuck
posted
yeah.
on my Snapchat.
Yeah.
Sick.
So I want you to tell us your favorite lyric off this track and what it means to you.
You hold me captive, love me or let me go. You're my bad habit, chasing highs but left with lows. It's just, yeah, I don't know, it resonates with me, from past toxic relationships and having the bad habits of staying with these people
Hell
that I
yeah,
think a lot of people can relate to.
absolutely.
100%.
So where was your headspace at while you were writing the song?
I did not personally. put a lot into this song,
Mm-hmm.
but I know Chance did the most, and he has, he's dealt with the same stuff, what the song's about, relationships and stuff. I know he's had trouble, he likes to use that and write that for music because it has a lot of emotional, you know, relevance to him.
Yeah. So obviously you said you joined the band last March, and a bunch of the songs were already written. So when we're talking about the songs that you really didn't write much on because the skeletons were kind of already done, do you still like relate to those songs that are kind of being rolled out now, or is it just kind of like you're playing on it and that's that?
I definitely relate. I feel like everyone can listen to this EP we have coming and kind of relate to most of the songs.
All right. And obviously bring up the EP. So now we have to ask, kind of, can you tell us a little bit about this EP?
Well, it's a 5-song EP. We have a feature on each song, so maybe look up for that. Might have some of your favorite bands on there.
All right. Nice.
Oh, yeah. And because you are somewhat new to the band, when getting into the writing process and kind of getting into the flow of the band, was it easy for you to kind of just wedge yourself in, or was there a little bit of a struggle kind of finding your spot?
So originally I'm a metal drummer. I've been writing metal drums since I was 15, and I've never written pop punk drums or really even listened to pop punk before I joined this band. So it was kind of like it was just like a kind of a gear change. Like, okay, like I understand the assignment. I've been listening to a lot of pop punk and just watching and kind of coming up with stuff in my head and just kind of taking a back seat. And then they'll come to me and be like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And I'll tweak it. And they're like, "That's cool." But yeah, I'm really used to writing like really technical, hard drum parts, being like a progressive metal drummer. So it's kind of not dumbing it down, but less is more with pop punk. It's fast and it's yeah, I think it's going pretty well. And joining with the guys, it was like I had just met all these 3 dudes, Damon, Chance, and Alex, and within like the next 3 times of us hanging, it felt like we had been like best friends for years. Like we just all clicked instantly. So it was really painless.
That's awesome. I do think it's kind of funny though, like you said, obviously you've been a metal drummer since you were 15 and you really hadn't even listened to pop punk up until that point. So like how does a metal drummer that isn't a fan of pop punk fall into a pop punk band?
I mean, I had been keeping an eye on the guys. Like I haven't known them, but I've known about them in the scene around Fargo. And I was at a point with my metal band where nobody was really taking it seriously. And I wanted to take it seriously. I wanted to tour. I wanted to get signed. So I saw their success and I talked to Alex because he was on like, I saw they had like 10,000 playlists they were on Spotify. And I was like, bro, how did you do this? And we just started talking from there. And then I was just like, what's a hard song of yours? I'm going to cover something. And he told me, and then I covered Anxiety the next day. And then I think like the day after that, I got a text message from him, and I knew like right away. I was like, he's gonna ask me to join. And I opened it, and lo and behold, yeah, he asked me to join. And I was like, absolutely, dude, I'm in. Just the drive to like want to do well and like take it seriously. I can tell that they have the same view on it. They're not doing this as just a hobby.
So this one should be super, super quick. Off the top of your heads, I want you guys to describe this single for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less. 3 each, 6 total.
Upbeat.
Upbeat.
Yep. Fun.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
And sad.
Perfect.
And sad.
All
right. You took all the good ones.
I had to beat you to it so I wouldn't struggle.
Yeah, I was gonna go first with this question. Mm-hmm.
Energetic. Melancholy.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a good one.
What's another good word?
Exciting.
There we go.
There you go. We'll take it. We'll take it. So in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through this single?
Yeah. I think with this single, it just kind of just feels like when you're struggling to be like in a relationship, you really like someone a lot, and that isn't returned to you the same it's just not the same feeling you're getting back from that person. Like I think we go through that a lot in relationships too, where it's one-sided, and that's kind of just what we wanted to make a song, to have people feel the same way we do sometimes through relationships.
Makes sense.
Sure. So while listening through this track, what band or artist influence pops out the most to you guys, if any?
I don't know. We do a lot of this inspiration for this EP kind of like came from like Neck Deep, State Champs, some of the bigger bands like that. But yeah, I guess that's probably the closest bands to it that we could probably describe.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sounds good.
And Lucas, I know you mentioned earlier in the interview that when you first joined the band, you were doing some research and you were watching like other pop punk drummers and just trying to figure out how everything works. Did any of those pop punk drummers inspire you for this track? Any in particular? Any names that you could drop?
No, I really listen to a lot of Stan Atlantic, and
Taste. Yeah.
as far as like pop punk, I don't listen to a whole lot of it. So, but I was listening to a lot of Stan Atlantic and a little Neck Deep and stuff like that, just to kind of get my bearings, joining this band.
For sure.
All right. So what is your favorite memory that you guys made while creating this song?
Oh man, I guess like back to just being there with Andrew Wade. Like that was like one of our biggest. We looked up to Andrew Wade a lot, growing up and making albums and stuff on our own. But that was the first time we actually got to go down and record with him. So like just that whole experience of being there, sitting there, being able to create a song with Andrew Wade, hear his input on the songs and everything like that. That was probably the best. That was the best for me anyway.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Sounds good.
So for this question, I want you to picture you're on tour. You're at a gas station for a rest stop. You're going in. What is your snack of choice?
Ooh.
I mean, we're kind of the gummy boys of the band. We're always getting gummies. Me and Alex.
Oh yeah. Anything like candy, gummies, sours, stuff like that. That's
That's it.
I get a lot of like iced coffees on tour.
Mm.
Every stop. Yeah.
I'm getting probably one of the peach Celsius ones. Those are good.
Yeah.
The Celsius drinks, I love those.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I don't know. I like those TGI potato skins too. I don't know if you've ever had those before.
Pretty good.
I've seen
Yeah,
them. I wanted to try them.
Yeah.
They're so good.
So on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be and why?
Oh gosh,
Tater tot hot dish.
these are deep questions, but they're food, so they speak to my heart.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're here to talk about food, not the music.
Yeah.
What'd you think it was? Tater tot hot dish? Is that what you said, Luke?
Just because we're from North Dakota.
Goulash, man, because I feel like we're so ADD as a band. You know what I mean? Like we all just everything is just all over the map with us, man. Like our personalities, everything, man. We're just like everything thrown into one pot. That would probably.
That's a good answer.
All right.
Gosh, all right. So for these last couple questions, we're actually going to shift away from music, if that's okay with you guys.
That's fine. What you got?
Great. We're actually going to go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Oh God. Probably a medium rare steak with a baked potato. And I don't know, man. Probably like some really good lemonade or something.
All right.
Hell yeah. Lemonade's underrated.
Heck yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw you for a curveball here. McDonald's breakfast burritos
Really? That would be your
with an Oreo shake.
All right.
heck
You
yeah.
just like unlimited? Like how many breakfast burritos?
As many
do
as
you
I
eat?
can eat.
Okay, so you're living
as many
forever.
as I can eat.
Or
Yeah.
they'll kill you before the electric chair. I don't
Yeah,
know.
the burritos will catch up to you at some point.
Yeah.
Go on
Yeah.
terms eating burritos. Dude, those are pretty good, though. They're not bad.
That's always been my favorite food since I was a kid. I don't
I
know
didn't-
why.
How didn't I know this? I had no
It
idea.
just brings me back. It's nostalgic now,
Okay. All right, I'll remember that.
Waking up early, getting breakfast burritos.
You guys are learning stuff about each other now. Look at that.
Yeah,
Um,
I had no burritos at McDonald's, man. That's dope. Get you some.
So if you could live in one fiction world for a week, where would you live?
In one, what did you say? World?
Fiction.
Fictional.
Oh. Oh man, Hogwarts, baby. Like, like Harry Potter, the whole area. It'd be so sick.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I live in Aincrad of Sword Art Online. It's one of my favorite animes.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's a really good pick. Alex, what house are you?
What was I?
Yeah, what house are you for Hogwarts?
Oh, Slytherin for sure, baby.
Slytherin. Okay.
Yeah.
Determined. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person we've spoken to has actually said it is the most important question. What is your favorite color?
Black all day.
Yeah, according to my clothes, I would say black, but
Yeah.
I do like green too. So
Nice.
I'm gonna go with green.
Green's
Sounds
a good
good.
color.
All right. So as Glory said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you guys would like to plug?
Yeah, man. If you guys haven't heard the new song "Bad Habits" yet, please go out to all the streaming platforms and save it to your playlist. It helps us out a ton. We'd love to, for you guys to hear the new song and all the ones that we have coming up soon. Go ahead and add us on all of our social medias, and we'd love to talk with you guys. So send us some messages, comment. We'll hang.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you for now. This guy's been Brooklane, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.